When I was younger, I wasn't anywhere near the man that I am now. And I want to be honest with you about what that actually looked like, because I think it matters more than that cleaned up version that people usually give you. I grew up in a home with love in it, but there was pressure too. I didn't do well in school, I got in with the wrong crowd, drinking most weekends, fighting, coming home with blood on me more than once, police at the door too. And I want to be clear, I wasn't part of some gang, I was just an angry kid who wanted to prove himself to the world, and fighting was the only language that I had for that. People knew my name back then, not for anything good, but for being someone who could handle himself, who people didn't want to cross. And at the same time, I thought that meant something. I thought it made me somebody of importance. But looking back now, I can see it for what it actually was. I had nothing real underneath it, just noise. If you'd have asked me what I wanted to be in 5 years, 10 years, I couldn't have told you. I had no answer. I had no sense of direction. I was just reacting day to day to whatever was in front of me. No plan, no purpose. Just proving myself over and over to people who didn't actually matter and never would. And if you're watching this video right now, then I think you already know that feeling. You want to become a better man. You can feel it pulling at you, but you're stuck. And every time you build a bit of momentum, something drags you back down to where you started. I know how it feels. I want to say something that most people won't say out loud. Your environment plays a real part in that. Not all of it, but a real part. If the people around you aren't pulling you up, then that shapes you, whether you want to admit it or not. Birds of a feather, as they say. Now, I'm not saying that as an excuse. This isn't about sitting and waiting for somebody to come rescue you. Nobody's coming to carry you the distance. And if life sends you the right people, take that seriously and hold on to it. But for most of us, most of the time, that's not how it happens. You need to find your own sense of urgency. Stop trying to copy the people around you and stop needing to be part of a crowd that's going nowhere. Here's where things actually turned for me. I started searching, really searching, for a reason any of it meant anything. I looked into faith, into Islam specifically, and at first I tried to argue against it. I came with questions, trying to find holes in it, but I never found one. The day I actually accepted it, took my shahada, was one of the hardest days that I've had. Not everyone around me understood it. Some people thought I was about to disappear into something extreme. I lost people over time, friendships faded. Some people became distant. I still think about those people with nothing but respect. I don't hold it against any of them, but I want to be honest that it cost me something real, and it wasn't easy, that's for sure. Here's the truth though. Nothing happened overnight after that either. It never does. Think about how a body actually builds muscle. Nobody walks into a gym, trains harder than everyone else, and wakes up transformed the next morning. It doesn't work like that. You do the work, then you recover, and it grows slowly, bit by bit, over months. And here's the thing, we accept that completely when it comes to the body, so why do we expect the rest of a man's life to work any differently? I didn't start with some huge overhaul of my life. I started with the things that I could actually hold in my hand, something as small as 5 minutes a day, reading half a page, something tiny enough that I couldn't talk myself out of. And when that compounds, when you stack small days on top of each other for weeks and months, you've built a foundation now. And once you've got that foundation, you can build higher. The same way that your body can handle a heavier lift once it's had months to adapt. The other half of it was my mind. I needed something bigger than myself to hold on to when things got hard. Because things do get hard, no matter how disciplined you become. For me, that was Islam. I found peace in it that I hadn't had before. I found structure, I found purpose. Even now when life throws things at me, and it still does, I've got something underneath me that doesn't move. Something bigger than whatever's happening that week. Maybe that's not your path, and that's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but I'll say this. Everyone needs something like that. A set of principles you've actually chosen, not ones you just inherited without ever thinking about them. At some point, sit down on your own, no one else around, and write down what you actually believe, what you consider noble, what kind of man you actually respect. Then ask yourself honestly, am I living like the man who believes that, or am I just saying I believe it? And I'll tell you, building this life hasn't been easy either. I moved away from everything familiar, away from my home country, to build something from nothing. There were years where I didn't have the network around me that I'd had before. Friends my own age, my own wavelength, they weren't there anymore. I had to build almost everything from the ground up on my own, while still trying to hold on to everything I just told you about. So don't think for a second that I'm telling you this from some easy place. I'm telling you this because I've lived it. and I'm still living parts of it. And then there's one more piece. You need to find the thing that pulls you forward, not pushes you, pulls you. For me, that was fitness and strength. First, it fixed me. It gave me somewhere to put everything I'd been carrying. Then I started helping other people with it, and that gave me a direction that I'd been missing my entire life. You need to find your version of that, not a task on a to-do list. Something that actually calls you. Something you do even on the days that nobody's watching. I can only say so much in a few minutes here in this video, but this is what I do now. I help men get out of that exact cycle, the one where you know you want more, you can feel it, but you can't find your own way through it. And I'll be honest with you, most people can't do this completely alone. I couldn't have. If you know that you want to change and you've got no real idea where to start, don't sit with that on your own for another year. There's a link below to book a call with no pressure, no commitment beyond that conversation. We'll talk it through together and we'll find your actual starting point.